Probably see him on the Reaper here. That wouldn't be a huge surprise. No sign of Super yet. Obviously with the necessity, Matt, of having Orisa in your main lineup.
Smurf seems to be the Orisa player for this Shock lineup.
Gator is the Sigma player.
Yes, one thing you were also wondering for the Shock was whether we were going to see maybe Nevix in the lineup instead of Choyobin. Nevix grinding out the Sigma, but it'll be Choyobin playing it today. So Gator comes in for Atlanta Reign, like you mentioned. You don't have FRD, no Dako in the lineup, as he'll be playing the Sigma for Atlanta Reign.
Well, Sinatra gets hit with an accretion early on in the fight, but Babybay's already been felled by Striker, so now it's pretty free and easy. Sinatra to push in with Erster out of the picture. There's just no damage. Tearless and Master got halted back in Sinatra's path.
Right, now you'll have the Shock take the point first, and I think with Sigma's release and him coming into the playoffs, it's created a lot of weird things for some teams, in the sense that you have to bring in maybe a main tank. Or does your main tank play it? Now your off tank has to play Orisa, like we've seen some teams play it. And I think it's benefited a lot of these teams that have very flexible players like Choyobin, like Smurf, and Nevix as well.
We can't avoid comparing his Sigma to his Deeper, even if they're different heroes, Matt, because of the impact he had on them. Sinatra, sneaky beaky, into the back line, gets a punch on Erster. Not enough to finish him off, though. He's forced to get away with a seismic slam. Erster got taken down. Dogman's forced to fade away from Sinatra's Meteor Strike, and he's now down to get more work done. Choyobin was able to do so much work with Sinatra running wild.
And I was just going to say, you have Sinatra just jump right over that little barrier and seismic slam, get in there and punch, and he's not even worried about being taken out. It seemed like no focus on the Doomfist coming on a flank.
They're busy shooting shields, man. They don't really have time, or at least didn't feel like they had the bandwidth to deal with the Doomfist sailing over their heads. 48% to nothing.
Yeah, you probably need the sound barrier to survive this gravitic flux that Choyobin could put down.
Oh man, the halt as well. Everybody caught in it. It was the sound barrier though. Dogman be kept alive long enough to get his coalescence, but Master was able to get that big ultimate off. The Shock still control the point though, and the Reign have a lot more work to do. Coalescence now from the high ground, but Striker, he's going in. Deep Striker time into the back line. Death Blossom, he's knocked away. Master protecting his team for the most part, but Striker, he wants to go back in. This man is relentless. Erster turns around and gets rid of it. It was Babybay to assist. Shock still on the point though. It's a long fight and they are accruing percentage every step of the way. Erster jumps in. Babybay's Death Blossom should have sealed the deal here, but the Shock have a big lead.
Yeah, and you needed to use that Death Blossom there from Babybay because you had both tanks alive on the point for the Shock, and Violet playing the Moira, as Moira can keep those big tanks alive for so long, especially when Orisa has the Fortify. And then you also have the ability on Sigma to be able to take in some of that damage, turn it into shields.
Kinetic Grasp, baby. We see how much you can get sometimes from that. It is ridiculous. Erster, Rocket Punch in. No targets found. Seismic Slam now. Or can he connect with Meteor Strike? Looking for a squishier target ideally, but he'll have to deal with one of the tanks instead. He's able to get away, but Smurf, with the damage he took from the Meteor Strike, Gator is able to finish the job. It looks like the Shock are in disarray now. Sinatra focused down. The rest of the Shock have to get out of dodge.
And you have such holding power with this double shield composition as we see Gator push on up. Sigma just puts down so much damage into those chokes, as it's very difficult to go out there and be at full health. So you kind of think the Atlanta Reign, they can play around the corner, play around their double barriers. Some kind of splash damage will hurt some of the players on the Shock as they move forward. Definitely an advantage to the team holding these chokes.
And look at how frequently that experimental barrier is being redeployed by these Sigma plays. It's almost as flexible as Reinhardt's for that reason, but you have extra crowd control and a bit more damage. Gator, pretty clear, he's going to go for the Gravitic Flux here. Striker didn't get pulled up by it, but Smurf goes low enough to drop as he hits the ground. Accretion thrown out, but Gator is in dangerous territory and Striker's able to run him down. The Reign go for a sound barrier with only 5 up. It seems to be enough to deter the Shock for now, but they know they have to commit pretty darn soon. Sinatra wants to drop in, but Choyobin no good, trying to accretion Erster as he knocked him up, and that's a second now for the superstar. Looking for more. The Shock may not have much more to offer though, as they are already turned tail and running, and a Meteor Strike for extra damage on the chase down Smurf. He's done, and the Reign are at 93, Matt.
I'm surprised he used that Meteor Strike to go deeper. I thought he was going to come out as 98% here. Looks like Moth may be able to get a touch to force OT.
Supercharger thrown down by Pokepaw immediately though. It's got to be the sound barrier now for the Shock to keep him in this. Striker backs away, hoping for a different way to get into the fight, and Babybay goes for a Death Blossom on the point. Choyobin almost got knocked back into it there by Gator. Moth drops onto the point, but he's a little bit too low, and Striker, it's desperation now with the Death Blossom, but he's punched midway through it. You don't interrupt a performer halfway through their routine. The Atlanta Reign now at a sound barrier gird themselves into the end of the round.
100 to 85, a close one. But Matt, once the rain got back in, they could not be moved.
It was just the one break from Atlanta that they needed. Is the Shock, they're one fight away. I mean, 85% with the way they're rolling. They're one fight away from winning that one 100 to 0. It's just Atlanta able to break in. The double shield composition just too strong, and those chokes. You know, the Shock didn't really even get a great fight on the point. You know, they get touched there at the end, but prior to that, they were stopped in the chokes the entire time. They never made any progress getting towards the point.
Baby Bay and Erster combined for 11 kills. Striker and Sinatra only for 7. The damage dealers from the rain. Just one-upping a little bit now. The Shock have a challenge in front of them. Head to downtown.
So you're going to have the same composition for both teams, just like we saw in Mecha Base. So you'll see the Reaper and the Doomfist. So both teams want to play this close quarters style. Just brawl it out, try and get around these shields, burst down these tanks.
Get a Doomfist in there, find a pick. That's what you got to do, and Sinatra has done just that, making me look awful smart. Massa is down. Flexibility lacking for the rain. They lack the speed boost and the boot to get Doomfist away from them. A trade out in terms of Doomfist, but I think the Shock are happy with that now, as the only damage dealer left for the rain is Baby Bay, and they have all backed away.
Sinatra got a pick last time, though, in the previous control round, and that's what gave them the point. But when he wasn't able to do it again, that's when they lost it. Is Atlanta has come back. They
got the point.
Yeah, they've given up the point here, but they have Coalescence to play behind.
That hurts. Treehoven can't protect himself from that damage. He tries to go for the kinetic grasp and puts his shield back up. Sinatra down, though. Dogman got him, and into the back line goes Erster. Rocket punch in, no wall to connect with Striker, but still damage was there from Gator. Treehoven in trouble. And this time the rain retake much quicker.
And you have that Coalescence. Coalescence right now is one of the best ultimate abilities we have in the game in this type of meta. The damage and the healing goes through the shields, which a lot of support's not able to heal through the shields. Very difficult with 2 shields out there. That's why we don't see a ton of Ana. There's some Batiste on some maps, but right there, the Coalescence are able to heal your teammates and put damage on the opponents through those shields, and leads Atlanta to take the point.
Gator making use of the bouncing properties of the Hyperspheres to get it around the corner. Gravitic Flux. Gator gets caught in that one, but he goes for one of his own. It's confusion now for the rain, and they get run over. Final Moth gone down to the Shock, have no supports. Even though they get the first 2 kills, Striker has to follow up. They get rid of Poke, but the sound barrier was good, and that extra support presence for the rain may help them here until Sinatra arrives. Quick 2 kills, a rocket punch, uppercut combo for 2.
Baby Bay is going to be able to get on here and get a touch. He uses the rate, but he may get caught out here. Yeah, by Sinatra. So you'll have to wait a little bit longer for Atlanta. Him getting to the point only bought you about 7%. So
and now it's going to stagger a little bit.
It's really nothing in the grand scheme of the game, because the Shock are going to get a lot of percentage just having him be waiting for the Atlanta rain. So Atlanta also invests their sound barrier at the end of that fight. I mean, Ursa connects with 3. They probably felt like they had a good chance of winning at that point.
They had the supports, but not the damage. That's what they lost first in the fight. Sinatra backs away very quickly, doesn't want to deal with the halt. Massa pursues over the top. Oh, he sees a very low health Erster. Tries to go for it, but doesn't connect the punch. Sinatra trying to drop down, thinks about getting rid of the supercharger, but a bit of damage on Baby Bay seems to be preferred. It looks like he was hit by an accretion as he touched the ground. And in the meantime, Erster and Dogman make short work of the Shock. Another for Erster. And the Atlanta are back in residence. Just a bit of stall for the Shock, and that's all they'll have.
Erster has been sick on the Doomfist. 11 final blows. Just really wrecking through San Francisco's backline. As Sinatra is the regular season MVP. If you were giving out an MVP for Stage 4, it's probably Erster, and he was that good.
If there's a play that's going to take Atlanta Rain to playoffs glory, it's probably going to be the man on your screen.
Without a doubt.
Meteor Strike available for Erster, so a get out of jail free card is on the table. He jumps in, backs out, but they lost Massa. Sinatra doing one better this fight. Quick 2 final blows for Sinatra, again stepping up. Tries to land a bit of a wishful rocket punch on Dogman there, who wouldn't have seen it coming. But the Shock have already done enough damage to secure the fight win.
Games like this are so dangerous, though. Like, when you're playing the game of which Doomfist is going to get the first pick off in a lot of these fights, Matt. It's 50-50, right? You load up a punch, you go in, you may get one, you may die instantly, as it's so risky for both these players. So this will be the Shock will get up, match the rain in terms of percentage.
Treehoven has a Gravitic Flux. If the rain funnel out into this, it'll be the end of them. But they walk headfirst into Striker and they lose their secret weapon. Unlikely they want to continue without Erster, especially now that he has Meteor Strike.
And it's brutal to try and push into a Reaper who's getting the effects of a Supercharger in that close quarters area.
You can't see him until he's right around the corner on you. It's perfect.
Baby Bay's going to have to be the one to get a touch here.
Treehoven Gravitic Flux, big catch, great hold coordination there. Not quite the impact he would have liked though. There was still a sound barrier in time from Massa. Smurf's a little bit low behind his shield, but Baby Bay was forced away. Both these teams go for a brief reset for some healing. Baby Bay trying to go for the Death Blossom as he drops down, but look at that kinetic grasp. Eats up a lot of the Reaper's damage. Striker now wants to try one himself. Tries to go to the high ground. A good boot from Massa, but it won't be enough. He's still able to get 2, and he's chasing Dogman for 3. Moth will finish Baby Bay off, and now we have a game.
It's a nice boot by Moth as well.
On to Baby Bay. Baby Bay used that Death Blossom from the high ground, booped him away. Ends up getting nothing with it. He actually boops him into an accretion that comes in from Choyovan. So you stun that Reaper, take him out. This one will come down to the final point.
It looked like they were trying to do the same thing to Striker. You know, he just got a bit luckier. He got booped, but he was still able to drop down and hit the front line of the rain with the Death Blossom.
I think the thing is, though, is when Moth actually boops Baby Bay's coming down from the high ground. He actually boops him like a little bit higher into the air, so can't really connect with anybody.
Easier target for that accretion as well. Look at Pokpo, some of his final moments in that round.
Here's when Baby Bay goes up. Oh, he holds the Reaper towards him, even with the boop there. He brought the Reaper right to his own door.
It's just a bit unlucky. Not ideal.
It was definitely not premeditated, that's for sure.
No. So, you know, I feel like on this point, just like Mecha Base, like a lot of it's going to come down to first control, and then if a team can actually break. Like the fights on this point can go for so long, and for Doomfist, there's not a lot of like one-shot opportunities. Like you can go into the pole, but with so much open space, these are points that don't really tend to favor Doomfist.
If Sinatra's going to take that angle, he has to hit Pokpo into a wall and secure a higher amount of damage, because look at how they chased him down. And with him out of the picture, yeah, the rain. Win that fight. Sinatra tries to go for a sneaky play. Blows up in his face.
And like our last 2 points that are really close quarter, have walls around the point. This is way more open. You're really relying on the drum in the middle. And those 4 pillars. That's where Doomfist excels, like playing in the close quarter areas with around walls, the rocket punches.
If you can get behind the defending team, sure, but if you're trying to punch in from the side, your odds are
so risky
lower.
though, because you have to use your movement abilities to get behind them. This is to be a Coalescence Atlanta getting aggressive behind this Moira ultimate yet again. But you have to use your movement abilities to get behind the other team, and at that point, you don't have them to get out.
Look, I mean, the Shock didn't really have anywhere to run there. They lost a player before the fight started, and Ursta's just farming. Now, less than ideal. I mean, Ursta really already has his Meteor Strike, and it's not like a key ultimate. But regardless, Rain have 4, almost 5 of them anyway. Dogman already a third, back to another Coalescence.
Like I was mentioning, using the movement abilities of Doomfist to get behind the other team here would put you in a really risky spot. Trying to connect with one of those one-shots, well, you can use the Meteor Strike to get out. If you're Ursa, you can play a little bit more aggressive.
But look where the Shock are pushing. There is a wall behind them in that little that L-shaped track as they try and move up. So there's risk there. You have to think about these things. That's why they don't drop straight over the top there. Take the short route to the point. There's a wall right underneath. Supercharger now for the Shock. I mean business. Gravitic Flux now, that's from the range, straight under the Shock. Smurf though, he hits straight away towards that Fortify. Ursa want to go in, but where do you look? Who do you find? How about 2? The hold perfectly combined there. Pokpo sets it up, and Ursa hits the slam dunk.
Oh, that is a nasty combo there from Pokpo and Ursa. You can see how much shield Ursa has right now. Just landing that Meteor Strike. Perfect combination with the halt and the Meteor Strike. Atlanta's looking to roll this final point.
Yeah, 92%. The Shock don't have a lot of options left. Coalescence, Death Blossom, if they even get to the point. And they have scant seconds to do so. Ursa looking at the left-hand side, trying to get a punch in on anyone who's trying to sneak up there. Moth looks like he got a touch, but we're still into overtime. Baby Bay's having to teleport out of enemy territory. Striker comes in, he gets rid of Ursa with the Death Blossom. There's more work to be done now. Will Pokpo go on the Shock somehow? Sneak their foot in the door.
They finally get a break. If they're able to break here, they're going to be able to flip the point.
I don't think they're having any cups of tea right now, Matt.
Can they hold this, though, from 99 to 0? Can they take it all the way back? No ultimates right now here for the Atlanta Reign to work with. Same for the Shock. You're going to have the Meteor Strike probably come online for Sinatra a little bit earlier. For me, this is going to come down to the next time we see these support ults come around. The next time we see the Coalescence and the Sound Barrier come off, if the Shock can get good uses of those, we're going to be pretty deep in the game.
No!
Oh, he gets hit with the accretion, so he gets stunned there. Can't get out.
It looks like he got halted in as well by Pokpo. Everything thrown at Sinatra as he was trying to hurl himself into the enemy team. Ursa now knows he can start looking for some of these kills. Moth survives the rocket punch, but Ursa now wants to bring the house down. What a connection! Evidence suggests you're about to get dunked! No coming back from this one. Ursa drops back in. And just over the top, maybe just stalled out is Moth there with the sound barrier. It's only going to be 3 players that benefit from it. It's going to have to do for now. Sinatra's forced away with Moth going down. The Shock Root took the point for just a brief moment, but now they're going to take it once more to stay in this fight. Wraith walk away, not a good sign for Sinatra. Striker as he backed out, and that'll be it.